The sun, our radiant guardian, hangs in the sky as a beacon of life and warmth. Every sunrise, every golden afternoon, is a reminder that our planet dances to the rhythm of its light. But beyond its daily glow, the sun harbors secrets. Secrets about our future, about the universe's fate, and about the ultimate destiny of our home. One day, the gentle giver of life will become the architect of our destruction, not with a single cataclysmic blow, but with an inexorable transformation spanning millions of years. The sun will swallow the earth, but not in the way you might expect. Throughout history, ancient civilizations paid homage to the sun, seeing it as an eternal god. But thanks to science, we know that even the seemingly immortal sun is a creature of time. It was born, it lives, and one day it will die. Right now, the sun stands in the prime of its life, around 4.6 billion years old. Imagine that. Before even the first single-celled organisms crawled across Earth's primitive seas, the sun was already burning steadily, fusing hydrogen in its core, bathing the planets in warmth. Yet the sun is not infinite. It is governed by a fuel supply, a ticking cosmic clock. Deep within its core, the sun fuses hydrogen into helium in a process called nuclear fusion, releasing tremendous energy in the process. Every heartbeat, every forest, every breath of wind on our planet ultimately traces its energy back to these reactions, happening with relentless precision. But this supply of hydrogen is not endless. Scientists estimate that the sun is just over halfway through its hydrogen reserves. About 5 billion years from now, that well will run dry, and the sun's peaceful era will end. What happens when a star like ours runs out of hydrogen? Prepare for the greatest transformation any planet has ever seen. No sudden explosions, no blinding supernova. Just a slow, spectacular shift as the sun enters the next stage of its life. The red giant phase. In the distant future, as hydrogen dwindles, the sun's core will contract, growing ever hotter. The outer layers, no longer held closely by gravity, will swell outward, dramatically inflating the sun's size. How much larger? The numbers are staggering. The sun's diameter will expand by more than 100 times, swelling to encompass most of the inner solar system. Planets that were once safely orbiting at a crisp distance will suddenly find themselves at the very edge of annihilation. Mercury, the sun's closest companion, will be the first to be completely engulfed. Venus, enigmatic and shrouded in clouds, will follow. And then comes Earth's turn. But Earth's fate is more uncertain, a cosmic cliffhanger written in the math of gravity and energy. Some scientific models suggest that, as the sun expands, Earth will be inexorably drawn into its outer layers. The consequences for our planet, were this to happen, are nothing short of apocalyptic. As the sun's surface nears, our oceans will begin to boil away under the unrelenting heat. Clouds evaporate, rivers vanish, and the vast blue expanses become billowing steam. The atmosphere itself, blasted by ultraviolet radiation, will be stripped bare, escaping into space. Mountains might melt, and even the crust of Earth could soften, then vaporize under temperatures higher than a blast furnace. Finally, as the sun fully envelops the Earth, any remnant of the planet would be lost, subsumed in the swirling, churning outer layers of our star. The world that once teemed with life, culture, and history would end not with an explosion, but with silent obliteration within the solar inferno. But some astronomers see a different outcome, one just as bleak, though perhaps more haunting. As the sun transforms into a red giant, it won't remain the exact same mass. The outer layers it swells out to will simultaneously be blown away by powerful stellar winds scattering through the solar system. The result? The sun's gravity weakens, ever so slightly. In this scenario, Earth's orbit lurches outward, a bittersweet reprieve from immediate incineration. Earth becomes a drifting survivor, moving away as the sun transforms. But this escape doesn't offer salvation. The Earth, now even closer to a vastly larger, more luminous sun, suffers its own apocalypse. Temperatures soar beyond what any living thing can endure. Oceans, lakes, and rivers will again vaporize, leaving behind a scorched, broken crust. The very atmosphere will be blasted into space, torn away by the searing heat and the solar wind. All that remains is a cracked, blackened planet, its geological features melted, its skies empty, its surface unrecognizable from the blue marble we know today. Even if the Earth escapes falling directly into the expanding sun, all traces of habitability, all hope for life, are scoured away. Only a dead, frozen husk will circle what is left of the star that once gave it life. As the drama of the red giant phase unfolds, the sun changes character entirely. It grows unstable, pulsing and shedding immense amounts of material into space. The vast clouds of dust and gas forced out from the star's outer shell drift away, forming a planetary nebula, a glowing cocoon of color and light. For a brief moment, in cosmic time, the solar system becomes the centerpiece of a beautiful, if tragic, celestial display. Within the nebula's heart, the core of the sun is laid bare, a tiny, dense sphere glowing white-hot, now only about the size of Earth itself. This is the white dwarf, the final product of a lifetime of fusion. The white dwarf is the sun's tombstone, a dense ember containing most of its remaining mass, but no more fuel to burn. Night after night for trillions of years, it will glow faintly, gradually cooling as the universe marches on. Around it, the remnants of the solar system will orbit in silence, a graveyard of planets, asteroids, and dust, lit dimly by the leftover heat of what was once a life-giving star. Faced with such a future, humanity's prospects seem bleak. But not all hope is lost. Not if our descendants embrace the ultimate challenge of survival. If we last long enough and our technology continues to advance, could we escape the sun's final act? Some visionaries believe so, conceiving of colossal starships. Or even entire artificial worlds, they imagine future humans voyaging to neighboring stars, forging new homes in distant solar systems. We might build our cities under strange suns, on planets wholly unfamiliar to us, but safe from the doom of our original star. Other, still bolder thinkers propose audacious plans to save the Earth itself. Using gravity tugs, massive machines that fly close to the planet, and the gentle push of solar sails, perhaps humanity could slowly alter Earth's orbit, nudging it further from the dying sun, trying to outrun death itself. It would take thousands, even millions of years, but in a universe governed by physics, determination and creativity might win surprising victories. Ultimately, the question is not merely survival, but what future we choose to build as the universe changes around us. Because while our story is bound to the sun, it is also echoed throughout the cosmos. Billions of stars are born, live, and die, forging heavy elements, creating worlds, and then fading into darkness or exploding in spectacular displays. The cycles of destruction and rebirth frame the grand design of the universe. The sun's fate is not a unique tragedy, but the destiny shared by all similar stars across the galaxy. It reminds us that nothing is eternal, and that every ending contains the seeds of a new beginning. So when we contemplate the far future, it's not just the dark vision of our world's destruction that should capture our imagination, but the possibilities that might follow. If we are bold, curious, and resourceful, the death of the sun might simply mark the close of one chapter and the opening of another. Our civilization, or its descendants, may witness not only the passing of the sun, but also the birth of new ways to live, new worlds to call home, and new stories to tell beneath alien skies. Perhaps our planet, or our ideas, or even the echoes of life itself, will persist long after the glow of our yellow star has faded from the heavens. The sun, for now, shines steadily above us. Its brilliance powers weather, feeds forests, and colors the skies at dawn and dusk. It sustains us, nurtures us, and inspires us to learn and dream. We are children of this star, every atom in our bodies forged in the hearts of ancient suns. But all of this is temporary, measured on the vast timescales of astronomy. The warmth we feel today is stolen from borrowed time. But does the inevitability of an ending diminish the beauty of the present? Or does it lend even greater meaning to the rare moment we inhabit? A fleeting interlude in which we can wonder, love, discover, and reach for the future, even as we acknowledge that all things, even stars, do not last forever. The legacy of the sun may not be its destruction, but the tapestry of life and culture it ignited on a tiny blue world. In contemplating the end, we also confront a call to action. Knowledge is not simply the key to understanding doom, it's the invitation to rise above it. With science, courage, and humility, humanity might navigate the transformations ahead, charting new courses, safeguarding what matters, and building legacies as enduring as the universe itself. The sun, that ancient engine, gave us warmth, light, and life. For eons, its rays coaxed civilizations to grow, pushed explorers across oceans, and powered the dreams of poets and scientists alike. One day, long after the last sunset has faded, the sun will deliver our ending, closing the greatest chapter in Earth's history. But as we look ahead, let's remember, every end is also a beginning. If we choose to reach out, to learn, and to dream, then perhaps the true gift of the sun will not be in how it ends our story, but in how it inspires us to keep writing it, across time, across worlds, and across the stars. The universe is a place of perpetual transformation, expanding, changing, older than stars, boundless in mystery. Tomorrow, the story continues, as we peer beyond the fate of the sun into the profound, the universe itself, expanding without center, without edge, a cosmos without boundaries, and a future as mysterious as starlight itself.